Hey, we're back for another week of the Community Shout here in the Arizona White Mountain Podcast. Check in, we've got a whole bunch of stuff to talk about, and we're going to talk a little bit about raccoons and what they can do to your house. Ooh. Hey, it's Birdman time for the Arizona White Mountain Podcast Community Shout. We're hanging out here in the studio. Great weather, had an awesome weekend. We'll talk about that a little later. We're going to kick it off this morning with Firehouse Subs and Jessica. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. Jessica's a little nervous, but we're going to make her calm because she's normally behind the counter.
Yeah, I stay in the back where people don't have to see me.
There's great subs there.
Well, we try.
Yeah, and you get the great pickles too.
Yes, that's one of our most popular items.
So Firehouse Subs has a basic culture of support, right?
Yes.
So explain that a little bit.
Well, we try to give back to the community as much as we can through our Public Safety Foundation. So, like when people round up and do donations to that, our local fire departments and police departments and stuff can put in for grants and get life-saving equipment and stuff that way. It is a nationwide thing, but the more that we can, turn into it, the more grants we can do locally.
Right. And you've done things like vests, like what is some of the equipment you've done around here? And I know
we've done the Jaws of Life.
Okay.
I think we did some AEDs one time. It's been a while since I've
and then
been
the
part of one of
meters
those.
that check the gases and stuff like that. I remember that with Timber Mesa.
Yes,
specifically.
yes.
I don't know why, but that one just sticks.
Yeah, I just remember the Jaws of Life mostly because it was a portable one, and it was for I think like Alpine or Greer, and they're all volunteer out there, and they couldn't physically move the other stuff as well.
Cool. Coming up, you've got a special event, so talk to us a little bit about that.
So on Saturday, we have our H2O for Heroes water drive. For every 24-pack of water you bring in, you can get a free medium sub. It does have to be redeemed that day, like it has to be done right then. It can't be come back and get your sub at a later date and time. But all of that water that we do raise, we split between the fire departments and stuff.
Yeah, and that's something that they really, really do use. So bring in your 24-pack, get a free medium sub. Is there a limit?
We've never done a limit before. I mean, cool. I think some of the stores do limits, but we don't.
Awesome, cool. Anything else?
No.
Any new subs?
Only one that's going to be online only.
Okay.
It's going to have pulled pork. It's going to be on a King's Hawaiian roll with sweet mustard and coleslaw. The only way you can get it, though, is if you order online.
King's Hawaiian roll. She said the magical words. So.
And it's very, very limited. As soon as we run out of product, it's gone. So maybe a week, 2 weeks, something like that.
Okay. We'll stop in and see Jessica. That's Firehouse Subs. Thank you for your time today.
Thank you.
Okay, still hanging out here in the studio, and now I have with me one of my favorite people for making sure my house and actually the studio is nice and comfortable, and it has to do with pests. But she's not a pest. So I've got Rachel Sutton with Sutton Weed and Pest Control.
Yes.
Did I get
How
that right?
are you? Yes, you did.
I get the weed first because she actually they do that.
Yes.
Which is nice because we've wiped out all the weeds. Our front yard looks phenomenal right now because all the weeds are gone and the grass is made all.
Oh.
The water has made all the grass grow.
So your grass is doing well. That's exciting.
Looking well. So
good.
So you're going to come in once a month and chat about things that
Yes.
or weed or pest control stuff, right?
Yeah, just things that are going on in the community right now, things that we're getting a lot of calls for. So right now is bat and raccoon season, as I like to call it.
Bats have a season?
It's not an official game and fish term, but
okay.
all of the bat pups have been born, and so bats are leaving homes, but when they create a roosting site, they like to come back. So even though the pups have all left, bats are going to stay living in your home. But now, middle of August, we can officially evict them and seal up your house. So it's very exciting. Call us if you have a bat. And then raccoons, I don't know what it is about August and September, but we get so many calls for raccoons. And you might have a raccoon if you have a horrible smell coming from your attic or your crawl space. So raccoons pick houses to have as their latrine.
Ew.
And it's exactly what it sounds like.
That's awesome.
A full-blown latrine from raccoons, and usually there's multiple. So if you have a very bizarre smell, you're like, what is going on? You maybe hear some scratching, call us and we'll come get rid of it.
Well, there you go. Okay, so raccoons and bats. Now, I have a question, because bats I've seen, so people get bird houses.
Yes,
And they feed
bat
birds.
houses.
They get bat houses. Is that a smart thing to do or not so smart thing to do?
Yeah, it's a great idea. The more opportunities or options you give to a bat, the better, but they're a little bit hesitant and shy. So if they're in your home and you give them a bat house, it might take several seasons to get them
To get
want
into
to
the
use
bat house.
But it's a great idea. More shelter for them is excellent. They're amazing for the ecosystem, so we don't want to harm them in any way.
If I write bat cave on it, do you think that'll help? No, I'm just kidding.
With
But
a bat
anyways.
symbol, yes, it could be
Give them
great.
a little skylight thing. Yeah, anyways. Okay, cool. So bats, raccoons, that's how you get rid of them.
Yep.
Thank you very much.
Give us a call.
That's your Sutton moment this month. Thank you very much. I
Thanks for
appreciate your time.
having me. Thanks.
Hey, this last weekend I hung out at the Lion's Den for the Roger Klein and the Peacemakers concert. Miles Nielsen and the Railbenders, it wasn't the Railbenders, it's actually Rusted Heart. They were there as well, got a little footage of them. Next weekend, of course, or this weekend, is another concert from them. 2 weekends of Roger Klein here for the summer concert series that winds it up. So those of you that are in the area that love the sound, thank you. Those that are a little upset it's about loud, hey, just remember we're bringing a lot of revenue to the area and you'll benefit from that from services from the town of Pinetop Lakeside. So anyways, want to make sure everybody's having fun out there, enjoying yourselves. Drive safe, be good, be patient, and like I always say, if I don't see you around town, I'll catch you right here on the web. It's a wrap.